Hey, welcome. Today, we're going to completely reframe how you think about your income. We're going to explore this idea that your paycheck isn't just for paying today's bills. No, it's actually the most powerful tool you have for building the life you really truly want.
So, does this sound familiar? You know that feeling? You work hard all week, you get that paycheck, and then you just watch the money evaporate on bills and routine stuff. Before you know it, there's nothing left. It's an incredibly common, and let's be honest, super frustrating cycle to be in.
And this slide just lays it out perfectly. There are really two paths our money can take. On one side, you've got the hamster wheel. That's where your income just barely covers your costs, and it leads to this feeling of constant stress. But on the other side, that's the open road. That's where your income is actually greater than your expenses, and you're moving toward real financial freedom. The question is, how do we get off the wheel and onto that road?
Well, the whole journey starts with one big mindset shift. We have to stop seeing our money as just a way to scrape by. We need to give it a much bigger, much more important job description than just paying this week's bills.
This is the core idea, right here. It's called sound financial planning. And what it really means is that every single dollar you earn has to do double duty. It's got to take care of you today, for sure, but it also has to be working to take care of the future you. It's all about creating balance and making your financial life resilient.
So what does this new job description actually look like? Well, you can think of it like a simple to-do list for your money. Number one, it's got to cover today. You know, your food, your rent, all the basics. Number two, it has to protect tomorrow by building a defense against all the unexpected stuff life throws at you. And number three, it has to be actively building your future, creating the life you actually dream of.
Okay, let's dig into that second item on the list, protecting tomorrow. We're going to start with building a solid financial defense. Because think about it, before you can build anything great, you have to make sure your foundation is strong enough to handle any unexpected shocks. So, the very first line of defense your money needs to build is a buffer. Life is just so unpredictable, right? A car breaks down, you have a medical issue, maybe a job loss. These things can happen to any of us. And without a buffer, those little surprises can turn into full-blown crises that push you deep into debt. And here's the target for that buffer. The goal is to have 3 to 6 months worth of your essential living expenses stashed away in an account you can get to easily. Now, this isn't an investment to make you rich. This is your financial shock absorber. It's the thing that stops you from having to use a high-interest credit card when something goes wrong. But financial defense is more than just an emergency fund. As you can see here, part of your income's job is to manage those really big, catastrophic risks, paying for things like life insurance, health insurance, or disability cover. That's not about your lifestyle today, it's about protecting your family's entire financial future from one single, devastating event. But there's another threat out there, one that your money has to fight all the time, quietly in the background. It's a silent battle that's constantly chipping away at your financial power if you're not paying attention.
And that battle is against inflation. This slide just shows it so clearly. A simple cup of coffee that cost $2.50 back in 2005 is nearly double that price today. If your money is just sitting in a savings account, it's actually losing its buying power every single year. And that's exactly why your income has to be put to work, in investments that can grow faster than the cost of living.
All right, with our defenses in place, we can finally move on to the really exciting part. Let's shift from just protecting what you have to proactively building the future that you want. This is where your income gets to be the engine for your dreams. Think about all the big milestones in life: buying a home, sending kids to college, maybe even your own retirement. These things don't just happen by magic. They all need serious funding, and your current income is the one tool you have to build toward them. If all your money is being spent on just today, then these huge goals either depend on a mountain of debt or worse, they might never happen at all. And let's just focus on the biggest milestone of all for a second: retirement. I mean, look at the contrast on this slide. It's night and day. Failing to plan while you're earning leads directly to depending on others, compromising your lifestyle, and a lot of insecurity. But choosing to allocate some of your income to retirement planning now, that leads to security, a consistent income stream, and actual peace of mind when you're older. This quote just hits the nail on the head. Building wealth isn't like winning the lottery, you know? It's a deliberate, disciplined process. It means you have to make a choice, month after month, to dedicate a piece of your income to your future self. So after all this planning, all this discipline, what's the ultimate payoff? It's not just about the numbers in your bank account. It's about something way more valuable than that. It's about freedom, flexibility, and genuine peace of mind. It's all about freedom. This is the real prize. When you have that financial cushion,
You have options. You're not trapped anymore. You suddenly have the power to make bold moves in your life, to switch careers, to start that business you've been dreaming about, or even take some time off, all because you're not living on the edge, paycheck to paycheck.
And another massive payoff is just reclaiming your own income. Look at this chart. When you're loaded up with debt, a huge chunk of your hard-earned money isn't even yours. It's going straight to the bank. By planning and saving, you can slash that, freeing up a massive portion of your income to finally work for your goal.
And that really brings us to the final outcome. When your income is working for you, to protect you and to build your future, the result is just profound. It's this incredible feeling of confidence, the discipline you build along the way, and ultimately a sense of calm and control over your own life.
So, let's bring this all home. If you only remember one single thing from this whole explainer, please let it be this next point.
This right here is the core message. Paying your bills keeps the lights on today, but it's how you allocate the rest of your income, the part that goes to savings, protection, and investments. That's what actually builds and secures your life for tomorrow.
And so that leaves us with one last, really powerful question for you to think about. When you get your next paycheck, don't just see it as cash for bills. See it as a team of little workers, all waiting for their assignments. The question is, what job will you give your next dollar?